Hey, we got a special guest in the building, but first let me introduce my co-host, Ricky Ray. What's good?
What's good, people? All my nerds and blurs. I hope y'all ready for a good, informative podcast today.
I'm always tripping on the blurs, man. It's actually a thing, man. So, hey, we got a special guest in the building. Stevie, what's good,
Hey,
man?
what's happening, man?
How
I'm
you
really
feeling, man?
Hey, I'm so thankful to be here. I really appreciate you having me.
Hey, man, thank you for
Yeah,
coming,
thank
man.
you, guys.
We
Yeah.
had to get you on the show, man. If to all our listeners, all of the what you call them, the shit IDKers,
The shit IDK.
the
Shit
shit
IDKers.
IDKers. Those
Yeah.
are the. I feel like that's it now. It's stuck. The shit IDKers out there. For you shit IDKers out there, I got a special guest. Man, he is the guy that knows the most in this room about.
Oh man, I can't say that.
I can. It's special, man. It's special. We use it every day. Hopefully y'all drinking it every day. All right. As hot as it is in Texas, it's
As hot as it is.
107 degrees.
Oh yeah.
It's 107 degrees out here, and we need to talk about water. But not just any water. He gonna talk about the good water. Stevie, what's good, man?
Hey, what's happening, brother? Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good,
Great.
man.
Yo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you know, a lot of times people ask me, I have this nice gallon of water here. It's alkaline water. It's from a special machine.
Mhm.
It's called a Kangen water filter.
Okay.
It's a Japanese-made machine. The company's been around for lots of years. I found out about it from a friend. I saw them snapping something on Snapchat about they soaked this water with their vegetables, and then after so long, it pulled off a lot of the pesticides and all the wax coating that's on it. So that's what really first sparked my interest, because I was like, man, this is cool. What is this?
Yeah.
He told me about it, and I looked into like, man, it's kind of crazy. And then I was like, man, I'm interested in this. And then it's kind of a expensive at first to get, so it's an investment. So I was like,
Yeah,
man, I
about to say
wasn't
it's an
ready for
investment.
it, But then I got my house coming on 2 years. Like, man, this is the perfect time to get one of these and really try and live and breathe it. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, definitely.
So that's what I've kind of been doing ever since, coming up on 2 years here in a couple months. But yeah, the cool thing about the water machine is it's got, it's a high, I'm sure you've heard of alkaline water.
Yeah, no.
You've seen it, and there's different brands and different things with alkaline water, right?
Oh yeah.
So a lot of it is kind of BS, because water, like, this is actually like living water. That's why you see kind of like this residue of hydrogen buildup. It's the mineral buildup. A lot of the waters we get, water bottles and stuff, they've been sitting in warehouses for a long time. We don't know. They've been in probably hot warehouses, hot trucks. Then they get to the store or wherever, you know what I mean? And sometimes, you just said it's 107 right now. So
Yeah.
you can imagine how hot it really is out there. The water, the plastic, just, just cooking in there. It's not really good. So that's why I was like, man, I don't really want to just be drinking plastic water bottles and stuff. So I really felt like, man, what can I do different? And once I found out about this is cool, because when you do the breakdown, we spend so much money on water bottles, and it's, it's not sustainable, which is another big reason why I really was inclined to do it, because I'm about sustainability, trying to see how we can better the earth, better this planet while we're here.
No, definitely.
So a lot of it to me just kind of made sense as far as getting in the machine. So the great thing about the machine, it's not just drinking, what we're drinking out of this water is 9.5, so it's the optimal drinking water.
Okay.
But there's other pH, you can change the machine to other pHs. So it has like a total of 6 different pHs that you can change. I don't know if you remember much on the pH scale, but 14 is total. So like neutral water is like 7.0.
Gotcha.
So 9.5 is a little bit higher in alkaline state, which is better for your body. They say,
It's that real premium water. Right there.
yeah, it's nice and clean and smooth,
Yeah,
man. Diseases can't live in high alkaline states. They live in acidic states.
Okay.
So, our consumption of coffee, alcohol, sodas, etc., eating bad things for our body holds that in. So that's what, I was just really trying to seek another way to live cleaner and be it. So that's what really sparked my interest in it.
No, that's that's an amazing field to like just be sparked in, because that saves lives. Like, it's different countries where like it's so water is so scarce, and like clean water is scarce too as well. Like you have kids literally dying from the water that they're drinking because it's not clean.
Flint is one of them. That situation happened.
Yeah, Flint, and I'm
Oh,
speaking,
yeah.
yeah, and that's like down the street. I was talking in different countries, but
Right.
yeah, that is a big thing, like right down the street, So also, what closer, West Dallas, You know about the lead crisis in West Dallas?
No.
So it was covered. I won't say it was covered up because they're gonna try to come after me. But it was a big
Scandal or no?
a lot of families got paid off of it just due to the fact that the government knew they fucked up.
Wow.
You know? And they had like it was such high levels of lead in their water, and it like it fucked those people up. You know.
Yeah.
And so yeah. So I would say, well, let me ask you this. So with because you said the like affordability, like coming from like me, because that's probably an expensive machine. Like, what are some ways that we can kind of get to this without having to spend so much? Like, how do we get to this level?
Yeah, yeah. Before, when we travel, and sometimes when I travel with me, if I'm going, I do work in Oklahoma often. If I go there, like I'll bring a couple gallons of water. Sometimes I let people, before I'd sell a bottle, it's like $20 for a gallon, and you have it and you try it out for the whole week.
Gotcha.
The goal is to have people try it out, see how they feel. I had a friend who actually, he was a bigger guy, and he was like, hey, my internet's not working in my house. Do you mind if I come over and work during the week? Dude, hey, it's fine, come over. Yeah. He was drinking the water. He's like, man, over a week he lost like 7 pounds.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Just his body wasn't used to whatever, you know what I mean? So a lot of it, I think it depends on what you're wanting to do and looking to get out of it. But at the same time, I would go to like a Whole Foods or to some places. Sometimes we'd get those big jugs, those 5-gallon jugs, you know what I mean? Yeah. And we'd fill up at they have a reverse osmosis machine. They have different alkaline machines. And hey, man, if you ever really want to try it, get a jug, come through, I'll fill you up on some water. Absolutely.
Okay, no, definitely.
But
the way I do it, I go to Starbucks and get the osmosis water.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's many ways to do it, but I think you have to almost go back and think like, do what kind of water do you currently drink?
Right now, I don't even want to show this on camera, but it ain't that good. But I am drinking water.
How about yourself?
Right now I'm on a Dasani tip.
Okay.
Yeah, but my favorite water is Core.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, so there's a cool test. I'll have to get you the link on it. But what they do is because there's also like an affiliate program where you can sell the machine to other people and then you can get paid off it and whatever. But it's not like something I'm like, oh, hey, I'm trying to sell you the machine, but I want you to try it. But there's a test that they do with the pH test with, they use Dasani water, they use Core, Ozarka, Smart Water, all those different waters that some of them say they are,
like
better for you or
yeah.
alkaline or etc.
Yeah.
So then they do a pH test and see the actual pH with like a pool, the pH test strips, right? So they do that to see the pH levels of each of the waters. And then there's also an OEM meter, which is like the electric magnetic in the water. And it shows like if the water's like dead or living and stuff. But actually Core, out of all of the ones that we mentioned, is actually one of the better ones for sure. But Dasani is
got that shit
actually
on
not.
accident.
Hey, I heard,
You heard going to water.
Yeah, I heard so many tips about Dasani. People be talking about that's basically tap water. So,
I would never drink Dasani.
And then there's a big.
I drink this shit.
Yeah.
Ozarka is my go-to.
Ozarka's not bad. I think there's a big misconception. And also, like, people want this water that's tap water, but then there's also lots of good minerals in like natural water that we need. So there's like in like a reverse osmosis is it's like nothing. They take out all the minerals. So sometimes it can be questionable if if RO reverse osmosis water is good for you or not. Because some countries and other places, there's like special places in the world where there's this like alkaline living water, and those countries or those towns where that water is prevalent, the people there live a lot longer, and it's proven. There's I think a place in Pakistan, somewhere in Italy. I can give you a list of them, but it's really interesting to see where the water is the most affluent, how people's longevity is much longer as well.
How it affects their lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Lifespan.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope. What was I just about to ask? So I didn't recently find out this until like a couple of weeks ago. I might sound crazy with this. I accidentally picked up distilled water. Okay. And they was so I was meaning to pick up like spring water, and I picked up distilled water. And before I got home, and I was like, damn, I got the wrong one. let me Google the the effects. Like, can you drink this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, it's good for plants, but if you drink it, like, it'll take minerals out of your body. You know.
So it's not potable.
Well, you can drink it, but it'll
Deplete you.
It'll deplete you from your minerals that your body like needs. Yeah, so you're not.
So could you call that potable? Or non-potable?
I guess if you really needed to, but probably not, right?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, if you was thirsty enough, I mean, I wouldn't tell you that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm starving.
I mean, yeah, if you thirsty enough, I'm drinking out of lake. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, but if you just in the store like me and just grab the wrong thing,
Yeah.
I'm saving that shit for the plants. so but yeah, man. So, so another thing about sustainability, what you brought in is super dope because you're not only like real big into water, but you're real big into like recycling material and using different material. Tell us a little bit about your clothing line.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I've always been passionate about, growing up, wildlife, animals, I liked fishing. I like going out there. I like exploring. I like watching Steve Irwin catching snakes and crocodiles. And, and like even when I was a kid, man, I was like 8 years old with a buddy, man. We go around the neighborhood trying to catch snakes and geckos and stuff, So, I mean, I've always been really like passionate about that. I at one point I had the top 10 most venomous snakes printed out like on my wall, and I
printed out.
I thought bro, what you doing, man?
Those are like in
Steven,
Australia. No, that'd be a little bit extra, But no, I just had like a list of them, and I knew what they were, and so I was always really passionate about wildlife, animals, specifically reptiles, fish. But as I was growing up, I worked a lot in retail. I love clothes. I think another way of expression is what we wear, and I studied a lot of brands.
Definitely.
One of the most timeless brands to me, and I still really love, is Polo Ralph Lauren. And I was like, how do you find a timeless brand that everyone wears? You know what I mean? Because I used to work there, and when I was working in retail in college and stuff, and like, everyone's wearing a Polo Ralph Lauren. From the older people to the younger people, and everyone in between. You know what I mean? And it's like, and that's a timeless brand, and there are other timeless brands, but. I was like, I want to have something like that, but also have a different twist, because I would notice a lot in fashion. Yeah. People would highlight, or they'd have cheetah print or animal print or this or that, but like they don't really ever do anything for the animal. You know what I mean? And then I started to watch a lot of documentaries, about people killing dolphins and about a bunch of just shit that goes on in other parts of the world we don't really know about. Like, man,
you have to be a crazy individual to kill a dolphin.
Yeah. There's
now 4 years ago I would have said that shit about Free Willy, but them orcas deserve whatever got coming to them. Like, they are killers, man. They kill giant whales. They kill
sharks. So I was in I just got back from Europe, and when I was there, the chef, he was from South Africa, and I was asking him about like the great whites are always famous in South Africa and stuff. I was like, hey, like, are they still doing that? I was like, man, the tours are not that big anymore because a giant school of orcas came, and they would just literally they would kill the great whites, eat their liver, and then just go off about their day. You know what I mean? But orcas are they're the most smart. They're the smartest sentient animals. I mean, they're probably smarter than us in their ways. I mean, their brains are much larger than us, and they're
scientists still have not figured out how they communicate.
Well, yeah.
Oh, because they got their built-in sonar system.
And different orcas, from different regions are different, like as far as in their behavioral and their social mechanics of how they operate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope. Remember how they was talking about that on Lucy? He was explaining about because he was explaining about the neuropsychological.
Oh, you talking about that movie? I'm like, Lucy, like Lucille Ball, like what?
Nah. He was talking about how dolphins use 20% of their brain power.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the dolphin thing, that's big in Japan. So I don't know if there's a cool documentary, if you haven't seen it, I suggest you do. It's called The Cove. Do you ever remember there's an old 60s, an old TV show called Flipper?
Yeah, I remember Flipper.
So it was famous back in the day.
I remember the dude named Flipper.
Yeah. So the show was about this guy. His name is Rick Barry, who was the main guy in the show.
Yeah.
And he had like a relationship with the dolphin and whatever. And obviously he spent a lot of time with the dolphin, and over time he at the end the dolphin was so stressed out that it's sad to the dolphin actually committed suicide in front of him, like in the water.
In the 60s?
Yeah, I mean
this is real life.
This is real life.
Hey man, shit.
He could tell that like the dolphin came up for air and never went down or whenever, you know what I mean. And he saw the dolphin was stressed because I mean imagine being a wild animal and living in a cage. You know what I mean? They're in prison. You know what I mean? And they would film and stuff. So the dolphin was so stressed out, and then from there he begins to do a lot of research and he works with a lot of other screenwriters and stuff. So they do this whole covert mission in Japan. There's this cove in Tahiti, Japan, where they would actually slaughter like these. It's kind of, I don't know if it's a Japanese like tradition or like it's their own thing that they do in this region, like these fishermen. Yeah. Because at first they would slaughter them because they thought, oh, these dolphins were coming through killing all their fish, and so eventually they would come and slaughter them, and they all go in there and they kill all the ones that aren't bottlenose, because bottlenose are like more of the smarter ones, so they'll keep those and they'll sell those off to like places such as SeaWorld or other resorts where they have these dolphins that do these tricks, and you go in the resort and you know what I mean, you touch and do whatever with the dolphins. So
man, that's crazy.
Yeah, they would slaughter them, and then there became a point where he was trying to go there and like expose them, but they knew what he was doing. Like, so then they had to make these like fake rocks and like put them in the water that were cameras and like super covert, super covert missions. Otherwise, like, you know what I mean, like they could be in lots of trouble. But what he was able to successfully do was at one point they were actually using the dolphin meat and serving it in the school systems.
Dang, what are people?
They were trying to eat dolphin, and the thing is, like the farther you go up the food chain as far as like predatory fish, animals, etc., like there's high amounts of mercury, and it was a very to a toxic level where they would start to have mutations from the children consuming such that. So they were able to, after they were able to successfully like take that away, and they've done more things on it. And I mean, I think they still are kind of doing it, but because of that documentary, I think was like 2010, 11, a good little while now, they were able to really reveal and shed light to that. And his campaign has went on, and there's these other, the anti-whale guys, they're a Sea Shepherd. That's another group that does, you know what I mean? So, yeah, from those different things, I was like, man, I really want to do something and have a brand that does that. And at the same time, the sustainability thing, this is before everyone was going green, you know what I mean? And, like, I was like, man, I want to, and that was kind of my motivation to start it. And, yeah, so I kind of started a while ago, and I would source, like, organic cotton, bamboo, hemp, different types of materials that are natural, and then also like canvas other animals. And the shirt that I gave you was part of our African collection, so we highlighted African animals. Yeah, absolutely.
And tell the people where they can find it, where they can help support.
Yeah, you can see us on Instagram at Endangered Globe. Last of a Dying Breed is kind of our slogan, and that's kind of right here on the bottom in cursive. But yeah,
I like the name.
Yeah,
a dying breed. Like
that's our slogan. And yeah, like I looked at lots of contemporary shirts because I had a lot of people back in 2012, 11, 12. A lot of people were doing, they're doing their own T-shirt line. I always support people who do it, but I was like, man, that's cool. But like, what are you doing? And sometimes you'd see people have cheesy things on their shirts, so that's cool. But like, I want to have like more of a cooler brand or something different.
No, definitely.
So that's where I just kind of tied that all in. But yeah, this is water-based ink. My favorite one is the Rhino. We did more longer style contemporary shirts, and it was cool. There's things I'm learning. I'm still trying to go back on it. But yeah, that's what that feel is. It's tencel. So tencel is like a different type of fabric, but it's a very light fabric. Yeah. You know what I mean?
This feels amazing.
Yeah.
And then what you're doing, you're not only giving a product, you're giving a lifestyle that they can kind of take and kind of, grow from that.
Absolutely.
And they can feel happy about it.
Yeah, and with every purchase, we're helping. Like this one specifically is going to AWF, African Wildlife Foundation. Okay. And I like them because they're a big nonprofit, and they donate like 84% of all their proceeds go towards actual conservation efforts. Because there's a lot of these nonprofits, organizations you donate to, and they have, these bigger ones, they have these really big marketing budgets, big expenses. So really, these people think they're donating to whatever cause, but really maybe only 40% of that really goes to it because they have to pay for their marketing on TV. They have to pay for that. They have to pay for this. So it's like, there's a whole misconception of really what's going on. But man, I was been running. I was like, man, I need to go go to the gym, do this, do that. But like, man, let me grab him a shirt. You know what I mean? So at least you can have and rock it.
that,
Yeah,
man.
bro. So this one's all yours, bro.
Yeah, I'm
The
definitely
fabric
gonna,
is dope.
Yeah,
oh,
thank
man,
you.
the fabric feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna rock this. Y'all gonna see me in this, you know what I'm saying? And I can't wait till somebody asks me what it is. I'm gonna have a story to tell.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I appreciate you.
Wait. Also, just about like the African rhinos too. Like a lot of them are being, almost on the verge of extinction.
Yeah, at that same time, 2012 was a really big time because there was I'm not sure right now because I'm not too tapped into it, but there was a point where rhino horn was valued more per kilo than gold.
Damn.
Yeah, because these poachers, unfortunately, these people live very very poor conditions, and it goes back to kind of this Eastern Asian medicine where they think the rhino horn is supposed to have these like super
Same thing with the tusks from the ivory from the from the elephants.
Yeah. So, but what's ironic is the rhino horn is made of keratin, which is the same things that's in our nails, in our nail fibers and stuff. So
clip your fingernails and use it.
But they think this rhino horn is that. So there's a lot of these Eastern traditional medicines or holistic. They think that do these certain powers. That's kind of led to a lot of poaching. With sharks, shark fin soup is a big thing in Chinese culture as well. The rhino powder is big in Vietnamese culture. The ivory, the tusk, the ivory, that's big in lots of cultures as well. But yeah, it's very, it's sad to see. So now, unfortunately, a lot of the big parks, they just cut the rhino's horn off, unfortunately, because
I've seen that.
what I mean. That's the way they can keep them alive. Otherwise, they're gonna get slaughtered because of this. You know what I mean?
Just because of the poachers coming up.
Yeah, yeah.
For game too, sport.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hey man, you like a modern day Aquaman, bro. Shit. I say that because here we are black nerds, we are nerds, what I'm saying? Everybody in this room probably, What would be your superpower if you had one?
Yeah, I actually think we all have a superpower.
Okay.
We just haven't, some of us are more tuned in or tapped into it, and it takes
I agree.
eating clean. It takes a lot of different things to really decalcify and really like hone in on it. Now mine's, I don't know, if I was to have one, I don't know if I'd have, I think mine is like intuitiveness or like intuition, because there's lots of times, and maybe it's just, I'm just connected with people where I would like think of someone in my mind, and I'll just have some random thought about them, and like 2 minutes go or not very long, and I get a call from them, or sometimes so it's like sometimes that might happen with you as well, you know what I mean?
My grandmama used to do that all the time.
I was like, I was just, people come like, man, I was just thinking about it, really, and like I really was, and it's crazy, so I think that might be one of mine. I think flying would be really cool though. Like, if I was really just gonna pick my superpower, man, I think it'd be cool to fly. You know what I mean?
Because you travel a lot too.
I try to, man. I try to see as much of the world as I can.
You were just out of the country.
Yeah, I just got back from Europe. I went to France and Spain. I just got back like the end of last week, man. It was beautiful.
I haven't been, but I do want to go.
Yeah, man. It was cool. It was me and my girl. We went.
Did you go to the catacombs?
No, we didn't go. That's in Italy, or is that in France? No.
France.
No. We went to Paris, and then we went to the south of France for I had a buddy who I played soccer with. We went to a wedding over there.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't go to the catacombs. We saw a little bit of Paris, but we were excited to go everywhere. Just go. It was our first time in Europe, so we were super excited to just to go. So we went to a lot of places. So every 2 or 3 days we're like, all right, we're gonna go here, gonna go. So it's cool, but now I'm just okay, I want to go here and chill, because I don't want chill. I'm always on the go. That's just me. So it's just cool. We went here, then we went here. So fortunately, we didn't have any travel issues, because some people with flights, they're having problems. But I mean, it was cool. We went to Monaco. We saw a bunch of high-end cars, and we went to the famous casino where they filmed the James Bond thing at.
Oh, nice.
It was cool.
That's pretty
Yeah, so there's some cool things there. You see some crazy. I saw more Lamborghinis that day than I've probably seen in a while. I saw some crazy yachts. I'm walking down the marinas, and man, these are some just ballers. I'm just man, so.
Man, I can imagine, man. Seeing, did you see the new Lambo?
I saw a really badass SVJ. I sent my buddy's pretty big in the cars. I appreciate it, but I sent to him, and this dude was pulling out the valet, and he was like, dude, that's $1 million Lambo. I'm like, But it was clean. But I mean, like, man, it was cool. Actually, but I really liked. I saw like an old like Ferrari. It was like an old like Ferrari Spider, and I was like, man, it was like the old school. It was like, this bitch is clean. But you see everything in between.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good, man. They say traveling opens your mind to, what I'm saying, the things unknown. Like, what are some things you picked up along the way from just traveling, and seeing and meeting people?
Yeah, I like to engage and talk with people. So even on my taxis, my Ubers, I'm talking to them and just like seeing how they live, and it's crazy. I mean, a lot of drivers is in all countries I've been to, they work a lot. I mean, some of them work 10 hours, the younger ones 14 hours a day. You know what I mean? And they're working their ass off, and it's crazy to think that there's people working 10, 14 hours. I mean, I have my own business, so I work a lot too, but like they're working nonstop, and driving in a car like that just is crazy. You know what I mean? But what I got, especially a lot of the people in Europe, like they don't necessarily make maybe not as much money as us, but they're still a lot happier, and they have time. Over there they get 40 days off. You know what I mean? They have their health care is provided for, so it's like, yeah, 40 days on vacation. So you know what I mean? Like that's not So how do they get it? I think every time I travel from other places, I always see like the misconception over here is we work so much for what? Like to buy things that we can or can't afford, to keep working, to buy more things, and we just stay stuck in this rut. And you know what I mean? Like I met this guy who he was working this like stand-up paddleboarding. We went to Ibiza, which is an island and off of Spain, and a lot of DJs go and play there, and I DJ, so it was cool to go out there and see what it was like, but beautiful island. And he's like, yeah, I work here, and then in the fall I'm gonna go travel to like Thailand or somewhere for like 2 months. I'm like, damn, that's dope. You know what I mean? Like I've gone like the most I've gone, is like 2 weeks or like 15, 16 days, 17. But like I want to put myself in a position where I can like go for like a month or go somewhere for like 2 months and like really like dive in and explore, where I can like I had that experience. You know what I mean?
Because I feel like if you travel within the States, it's cool. I can be gone 3 days. Blah, blah, blah. If I go overseas, I know I probably won't see this for another 2, 3, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So if I travel abroad, I want to be able to just, like you said, get the feel of it. I can't do that in no 3 days. I need to stay there.
You need to be there for a minute and really get the touch and feel. I mean, being in Europe is cool because it's like an old city, so you see all the old cobblestones, and we would look at these churches, and you're like, man, these places are probably 100, 200 years old. You know what I mean? It's crazy to think that, like, man, like, you know what I mean? And taking the metro is cool. Just walking down, take the metro, then you go and you walk. So you don't really need a car unless you're like traveling back and forth. So it's cool. Like, there's just different things. You're like, man, maybe if we, live in another city or somewhere else, like I want to be able to at least say in my lifetime I lived somewhere internationally for a brief moment in my life, so I can at least have that experience. You know what I mean?
No, that's important.
So that's what I think I kind of took the most out of it, is like keep on traveling or keep on going, but it's like get back to the grind and then go back to it again.
Yeah, man, reality kick in after so long.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, but I gotta go back to the grind.
Yeah, no, definitely. You're a DJ though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you, I don't think they know like what we have sitting here, like who we actually have sitting here. Like this guy literally, like, is a part of one of the biggest festivals that came to the city and like put on like how many different stages?
Oh, there's like 4 I think with them, but yeah.
4
I helped them out. I was doing stuff over here, and I was doing I actually had to go to a wedding, another wedding in Houston. Yeah. But yeah, no. So what? Yeah.
Yeah. So what festival? You know what I'm saying? So.
Like, that's what.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Because he was telling me about the whole heavy metal thing.
Mm-hmm.
They had an EDM stage, rap stage. They had 2 Chainz and 2 Chainz, Juicy J, and
Ray Shrummer,
and Big Crit.
Crit. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was some A-list name.
No, it was some good. It was a good concert. It was a good thing. Yeah, it was a 3 day. 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Did you roll out for a bit? Were you able to get out there?
Yeah, I got out there. So I got to the last day.
That was Ray Shrummer and Big Juicy.
No. I went to the 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz and Juicy J.
Sunday. Yeah,
Sunday. Yeah.
How was that?
Oh, it was cool, man.
Yeah,
it was cool. Lardy got to perform.
That's
too.
right. Yeah.
So it was cool. It was a nice day.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Hot, huh?
It
It wasn't that
hot.
bad
It
compared
wasn't
to
that
now
hot,
where we're
man.
at.
Yeah, we at 107 right now. I can't. Hey, yeah, drink his water on.
Yeah, I gotta drink my water,
You
man.
gotta drink your water
drink
every
that water.
time.
I'm doing a challenge right now. I don't know if you ever heard about it. It's
Oh, what's
called
the challenge?
75 Hard.
No,
Are
I've
you
never heard
familiar
of it.
with
Tell
it?
me about it, man.
Yeah. So Andy Friscella, he's a big podcast guy.
Mhm.
He does like his MFCO hard AF is his thing, but it's 75 hard is a challenge where you do, and it's 75 days in a row, and there's like 5 things you have to do.
Okay.
Drink a gallon of water, which I think I'm almost there, so that's why I'm almost.
You do that normally.
Yeah, I do that
every
normally,
day.
so that's not a sweat. But you're supposed to do read 10 pages a book a day,
Okay.
and then work out 2 times a day, 45 minutes each. One of them has to be inside, and the other one has to be outdoors.
Okay.
So, and then
Y'all taking notes out there? Y'all
yeah,
taking notes?
then you have to take a progress picture, and then no alcohol, and then you also have to
That's easy.
Is
yeah,
it?
then you have to have a diet and like stick to a diet.
Okay.
So
See, I think I'm knocking out probably like 3 or 4. So I already work out twice a day.
nice, but one of them has to be outside.
I don't go outside.
So yeah, I've been going in like the early mornings, even like walking or biking. But
Okay. So like early morning, see, I work out in the house. I have to go to the gym.
nice,
Yeah, but outside,
yeah,
again, 107 degrees.
Mhm.
Yeah. I gotta get heat trained.
yeah.
I
It's
gotta-
no
I gotta-
joke.
I gotta do heat training. Reading, I have not been reading lately. Ricky, actually, this dude reads so much. He brought actually 2 books for us to look into.
Yeah, nice. What you got?
Oh well, one is
Show him the book, man.
That big ass hands there is
Got
hard.
a
It's
big
hard.
ass gauntlet on there.
yeah. I didn't feel like taking his gauntlet off.
Nah, you could.
So we do bring in 2 books a week.
Okay, the Elegant Universe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, man, it's just
The words you should know to sound smart. Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
What's the word? Do you have is like a word of a day or not?
Oh yeah, I got the word of the day.
Okay, bring
Tell
it.
him the word of the day.
Tell it.
All right. What I did, I just forgot it.
Damn.
Give me a second, man. I got so many. All right,
Ooh,
hold
activated.
on, Thanos.
Thanos about to snap your
Thanos
ass.
ready.
Thanos
Hold
like,
on.
if you don't know the word,
Right.
Do not blip
he
me,
about to
man.
blip your butt.
What was the word? Oh, did I say the word last night? No, I said something else. Okay, so today's word of the day is parsimonious.
Parsimonious.
Yes,
Okay.
it means cheap, penny pincher, frugal.
Parsimonious.
Parsimonious.
Yeah, that's definitely me. I'm a cheapskate, bro. I swear to God.
It's good.
Jay-Z said if you can't buy it 3 times, you shouldn't deal with it. If I can't buy it 5 times, I don't even
I
want it.
feel like this in a couple of years, like money is not gonna be the currency. It's gonna be resources. So like if you have somebody that's you need farmers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You need farmers. You need somebody in water. You need somebody in
That's basically like the barter system.
yeah. So it's gonna be the barter system. So like
mean, yeah.
cheapness, like you're gonna have to barter for something. You know, like so. I mean, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bar system is great. I mean, that's the form of, that was the oldest form of currency. And if I have water, maybe you put me on a podcast, or I mean, I mean, whatever. But
I'm definitely bringing my 5 gallon.
yeah,
bottles.
come through, bro. I got you, bro.
got
Come
you,
to
I
the
got
crib,
you.
man. I'll definitely fill you up. I want you to experience the water for yourself.
No, definitely.
And
'Cause
see
I
how-
still haven't tasted it yet.
Yeah.
So definitely coming through for that, man. Definitely coming through. What time we got?
So
We got, it's 8:11. Is that good?
Yeah, a couple of minutes, and I'll be ready. Yeah, I can do like.
So in this, do it test the levels of like zinc and all that other stuff?
I haven't done a mineral test on it, but yeah, I mean, I guess I should, because I don't even know because it's tapped. It's like the machine has like 7 diodes, like metal like diodes in it, and so it's from the tap. But then there's another one. There's another like a filter you can put on it where it takes off because a lot of the water that we drink has fluoride. And fluoride, isn't the best for you. Fluoride will calcify your pineal gland, as well as
Let them tell it. It's good. It's for the children and their teeth.
and that's right. That's a big thing that
we
we
make our own toothpaste around here, man.
Oh yeah, do you really?
Yeah, well, I don't personally. My girlfriend does.
Really,
She
man,
told me
that's
that
cool.
she makes our own toothpaste. We use the it's like this crystal deodorant. It's like
Okay.
a rock.
Yeah, my girl's got that. The rock deodorant,
we
the
use
Thai
that.
rock.
Mhm.
Use that. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't worn like regular deodorant in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
She uses that. I use that sometimes, but I don't know if it's. I
You
still
gotta
feel
get
like
your
I'd be.
swipes, man. You gotta do
I
like
be.
100 swipes,
I use
man.
another one that doesn't have. There's a cool one. It's like called some tusk. It's like a masculine looking kind of. It's got like caffeine and hemp in it, so it's
Okay.
weird. But yeah, no, my girl's yeah, she's big on the rock. But for a second, I thought you were saying you don't use the rock to brush your teeth with, right? Or
No,
you do?
no,
Okay,
no,
okay.
no.
I was making sure. But I want to know what's in
He in the he in the bathroom like
In the
this.
bathroom.
No, I didn't know like if you
Hey,
use.
it ain't working. Why it tastes like this?
No, I
Why
didn't know if you
does
use
it-
part of the rock to formulate the toothpaste, or she makes it.
No, she makes it.
Not gonna lie, I thought that's what you were talking about, too.
because I haven't like watched like I haven't
Okay,
watched her make.
man.
Every time she make it, I be doing.
Bro, I'll
something
trade you
different.
some water for some toothpaste, bro.
Yeah,
You know what
no,
I'm saying?
we
That's
can
the barter
definitely-
system.
Hey, we can definitely
Bro,
do it.
I'm
I
cool.
will make you
Yeah,
make you a jar.
that'd be
She does it
dope.
in like mason jars.
Okay.
I just know when I go in the bathroom, there's one in there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So however it's in there.
That's
Yeah.
sustainable right
Yeah,
there.
no. So that, I mean, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get y'all two on the same show. So she's real big into like veganism.
Oh, awesome.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
veganism, sustainability. I
Carbon
know all
footprint,
this.
all that
Yeah,
shit.
carbon footprint.
Tie together.
Yeah. So she's in school right now.
Nice.
And you know her. I think I was telling you like her big thing is creating festivals like
Zero waste.
zero waste.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Zero
Yeah,
waste.
yeah.
So she chief sustainability officer. You know what
For
I'm saying? So
oh
she-
really?
Yeah. So she put on so they just did a Juneteenth block party.
Okay.
And she did like it all, like all the vendors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So definitely.
Yeah,
gotta
I would
stay
love to
tradition.
connect with her on future events as
Oh,
well,
definitely.
man. I think zero waste is great. It's festivals. I mean, it's tough to do, and that's another thing. I go to festivals a lot with music, and it's cool. But it's like, man, sometimes you wish that there are bars here, or other places that something in Europe they have like 6 different trash cans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So when you're in Europe in the public, I mean, they've got one for your waste, your plastics, your recyclables, et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, man, like we don't have that. But then there's this whole like misconception because we think we recycle, and I do recycle at the same time. Like, where does it really go to? You know what I mean? We're still
That's the
dumping
same
that
thing she
shit
said.
off.
That's
So
the
it's
same
kind of
thing.
like,
She said- it's like the she talked about the lettuce. Like how long do you think a lettuce stay in a landfill?
like a head of lettuce?
A head
Or
of lettuce,
25 years.
25 years.
a head of lettuce.
A head of lettuce.
Wow.
Due to the fact that it produces the methane, it considers it 25 years.
Wow. Because they grow it with methane, or it just has methane inside?
I think it just has methane in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. When you think you're recycling, you really not.
Yeah, so I try to reduce, reuse, recycle. I try, I don't try to buy more plastics as much as I can or
Say
not.
that
and
again.
it's-
You said reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Yeah, it's 3 R's.
3
Yeah,
Rs.
yeah. It's
Okay.
that's the one you should take back with you for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely
Say it
gonna
one
take
more
it back.
time.
Say it for the camera right there.
Reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Hey, and we're gonna let that be the last 3 words of the day. All right. So this has been Shit IDK. My host Ricky and my special guest
Stevie, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you so
Oh, yeah.
much. Hey, y'all be good. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Oh, yeah.